All right, buying a home, selling a home, certainly can be a long and difficult, a very foreign process for some people. So how do you find the right price, find the right real estate agent? Jeff Lichtenstein, owner of Echo Fine Properties, joining us now. Thanks so much for being here.
Glad to be here.
In today's day and age with social media and the internet, a lot of people do sites like Zillow, try to do a lot of the process online. What are some of the concerns in doing that?
There's some huge concerns, and it's been going on a long time. We just live in a society where everybody wants to push a button right now and get an immediate answer. So with your iPhone, you can get what's going on with the weather exactly right now, or what year was somebody born, or whatever information when we were kids you'd look in an encyclopedia. You don't have to do. So the consumer is very confused, and they think that they can push a button like with a Zillow and get an immediate answer. But a Zillow really can't do what they want to do. I did an article, a blog, I think back in like 2011. It was titled "Zillow is for Idiots." And the problem with it is I had a house a couple years ago and sold it for $1,075,000, and Zillow had it listed for $710,000. Which is a 35% difference. So Zillow can't look, and Zillow doesn't know if the roof's been changed out, doesn't know if there's impact glass. Zillow can't know what kind of upgrades are in the house. It doesn't know if the kitchen's been remodeled. So in this particular case, even the house is sold for the $1,075,000, the roof hadn't been changed out and the impact glass hasn't been done. But Zillow couldn't feel the house, that the house has been updated, that it was updated with the right colors, and that the views and the landscaping was done properly. So the market value was there, but Zillow couldn't figure that out. But so buyers and sellers are coming in, and they're expecting, and they're using that as their rationale. And that's just not the case.
So there's some questions with the accuracy exactly of going online. You really can't trust that the number that you're looking at is really where it needs to be.
Yeah, Zillow on their website, if you look in the fine print where there's a little question mark, and if you roll over that, they said that they're off by over 10%, 25% of the time, and they're off by over 20%, it's 14% of the time. So you really need an appraiser to come out to the house to give you the right number, and a real estate agent can do the same thing, because you're really taking in a lot more. It's like looking at a piece of art. If you have an appraiser going out there, they're just not looking at what the frame size is of the picture. They're looking at the intrinsic value as well as the marketplace. So it's good. It's all well and good to know it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and it's 2,425 square feet. But there's a lot more to it. How well was it done? It's like if you were going out on a date. You're going to dress up and you're going to put a nice tie on and a nice jacket. And lady's going to do the same thing. You just don't go, put your makeup on or anything else. So that's the part of the problem that's happening.
And just in general, talking about looking for the right real estate agent, how exactly you get that process started? Because I know there's a lot of people out there that might have their real estate license, but you don't know whether or not they're credible enough and whether the right people to work with. Yeah. What's the best thing that somebody should do when they get that process?
In South Florida, they all have their real estate license.
I was going to say, a lot of people, I don't, but I know a lot of people who do.
So what the best thing to do, I think, number one, price-wise, is to go to an outside appraiser and because the real estate agent can influence the seller, because that tells them what they want to hear. But an outside appraiser is just going to give you the facts. You still want to take it to effect what the reasoning that the seller has, but you really are looking for what their strategy is. And part of that is, if it were me and I was buying a house or selling a house, I would put together a spreadsheet. So what am I getting there? What type of photography am I getting? Am I getting night shots? Am I getting aerials? What is your staging game plan?
So a lot of just
what is your social media game plan? What does your brochures look like? Is it just a picture of it with a little piece of paper, or am I getting an 8-page magazine style layout? Where do I pop up on Google? So if you put together everything you're getting, you got to know what you're buying. That will help you make the decision, so that you're just not going with Aunt Sally, who's giving you
always
doesn't have a
the
game
good
plan.
stuff. Well, Jeff, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it from Echo Fine Properties. Certainly a lot of information out there, so we appreciate that.